I had the pleasure of meeting author Flora Retta Schreiber, author of the best-selling book Sybil, at a public event a number of years ago. Sybil is about a person suffering from dissociative identity disorder, and allegedly she had 16 different personalities. Flora was speaking at a book event, and after the event was over, everyone just trucked off to the next thing in their lives. And that's when I went up to say hi. Flora hadn't eaten, sat down, or had a drink of water for a few hours. So I brought her a chair and a glass of water. She thanked me, of course, and I was so struck by that we all have at least two personalities, the one that people think we are, the one they want us to be for their own entertainment, and the person we really are. And that person probably is just looking for a glass of water, a smile, and a place to sit down. Welcome. Welcome to Illinois Bridging Awareness. I'm Stanley Smith at Illinois Bridging Awareness. We're trying to make a space each week to sit down and just chill out for a moment and be who we are along with others. We are following all the news and intel. I recently looked up, which news network has the best ratings, and I found instead a list of the entire viewership spectrum of the entire broadcast industry. And I learned that sports is the top of the heap. Sports, followed by entertainment, are at the very top with ESPN, NBC, ABC, and CBS. News doesn't even show up on the list until about maybe number 23 on the list. And then you have to go way, way down to like 73 to find CNN. And then below that, even further, Newsmax. Fox News is kind of the top of the news bottom. The takeaway is that most people are focused on sports and being entertained. And in many ways, you can see that the news could be seen as, trying to claw its way up the viewership ecosystem by making news more like entertainment and even more like sports with our team versus their team. In the Cole Porter song, Anything Goes from 1934, many of the lyrics are very, very telling about the zeitgeist of their time and our time. Many sentiments still ring true today. What's good today is bad today. What's black today is white today. And good authors who once used better words now use four-letter words while writing prose. Anything goes. This all sounds much like today. Also, the part about all those pains you got from the news you got in any brains you got, and those blues you got from those tiny radios points to the idea that the news is always bad because it grabs our attention. And the final part of the song is rather cryptic about Mrs. R, Mrs. Roosevelt, in all her trimmings, can broadcast a bed from Simmons because Franklin knows anything goes. Basically, it's the idea that bad news grabs our attention so they can advertise something to sell us. In this case, it's a mattress. And Mrs. Roosevelt could be seen as representing the government. Even the government is a vehicle to sell us something, apparently. It's not a new story. It's fitting that in the song it's about a mattress because apparently everyone's in bed together with each other. Last week on the Saturday call, we watched Norma Edwards, the Norma Edwards video about how she failed her life mission. In this video, Norma talks about her near-death experience and the message that she was sent back to give us. The message is there's more to life than this. There's more to life than just being born, growing up, and earning money to buy stuff. Jim Downs says God created us to expand on the infinite, and we do that by being our unique personality. We can all see how easy it is to suffer from dissociative identity disorder in our time or in any time. We all get a lot of conflicting messages. Part of that is because of the originator of the message. The other part is about how we process it. Abraham Lincoln said, "Let us dare to do what we believe is right to do. We all have to believe something and then act upon it. It's risky business, this being alive thing. When it starts to make sense or seem simple, then we're probably on the wrong track and missing part of God's reality. God's law is perfect, and there's accommodation for every scenario in that. But often, when the show is over, we're already out the door and on to the next thing without taking action, which immediately impacts you or someone else in a positive way. We're probably missing out on the whole point. During the pandemic, I learned that we can reach out to people we don't even know, and often they'll respond. During the pandemic, I reached out to noted Hebrew scholar Amy Jill Levin, most of the staff at Washington National Cathedral, and even Democratic presidential candidate Marianne Williamson. After last week's call, I reached out to Norma Edwards, and she responded right away. I'm happy to share that Norma will be joining us on an upcoming Saturday call on Saturday, August 12th. She'll be talking more about her experience about reprogramming our lives. None of us want to change or be different. We want everything to change around us first, so then we can be different. But it doesn't really work that way. We all want to rule the world and run the show, but at the end of the day, all we probably really need is a glass of water and a place to sit down. Did you offer me a glass of water when I asked? And did you clothe me when I was naked? As you have done to the least of these, so you have done to me. This can sound like an admonishment, but as we live into that, it becomes a complete and utter joy. We're having a fun time on our journey together. We're rising out of our attention deficit media marketplace, and we're entering into an associative personality reordering. And we're doing that by being in conversation with each other and then inviting one more. And we're doing that together. If you would like to join us at Illinois Bridging Awareness, the Saturday call is every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. I'll be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.